Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more.
Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here. Apologies for the background noise. I'm at the Huawei press event here in Berlin, Germany, IFA 2015 with the Mate S. The Mate S is really Huawei's first device that I've come across that they've really pitched at the top premium end in terms of price as well as hardware. This thing starts at 650 euros, so it's going directly up against the big boys like the Samsung Galaxy S6 and iPhone 6, for example. So what does it bring to the table? Well, first off, the design is better than anything I've seen from Huawei today. The side tapers in at just 2.6 millimeters, so I can bring that closer and you can see it feels really elegant, rounded backing. It's a metal body, but the front is a kind of curved glass, so you've got slight curves around the sides. It's 2.5D, nothing we haven't seen before, but it all comes together beautifully on the Mate S. And the front is a 5.5-inch full HD display. Does a really decent job of feeling smaller than that in the hand though. Huawei's screen to bezel ratios have tended to be quite good, and this is much better than the iPhone 6 Plus, which I can quickly bring into frame, admittedly with a case. And you can see the 6 Plus just looks like a much larger device. If I was to take a look around the actual device itself, on the front you can see an 8-megapixel front camera, in addition to a soft photo light to soften those selfies out. Right hand side you've got that power button and volume rocker. Down at the base is what Huawei pitched in the press conference as loud stereo-esque speakers. But likelihood is, if it's anything like the P8 and the Honor 7, it's just going to be a loud mono speaker. You've also got a USB port at the in the middle, and on the left-hand side is a SIM card slot. SD card, SIM card slot is obviously the dual SIM card variety we've seen from Huawei today. All the leaks were saying that this would have the same 20-megapixel camera as the Honor 7, but it doesn't. It has a 13-megapixel optically image stabilized camera, same as that found on the P8. What you do have though is the same fingerprint scanner as the Honor 7 had, which is great because it supports gestures throughout the user interface. So I can use it to bring down the notifications tray, and I can also use it to scroll through photographs in my gallery, like so, which is actually really intuitive and natural. As far as the screen itself goes, nothing crazy to write home about. Full HD, 5.5 inches, 400 pixels per inch, IPS screen tech. Looks really good from first impression, but obviously I'm in a controlled space like this. Have to get it in before you give you anything more conclusive. But inside the screen, it's a new version of Emotion UI, very similar to what we've seen before. Now there was a big bang on about this, that it's going to support this Force Touch. Unfortunately, sorry, I said it was an LCD, by the way, it's an AMOLED screen. Unfortunately, this version we've got here doesn't support the Force Touch. It's going to be coming a little bit later down the line. Force Touch would enable me to do things like long press in elements of the gallery to zoom in. So long press and push harder, and then I could control the level of zoom. But this standard version doesn't support that, but it does support knuckle tech. So I can draw around something with my knuckle to crop it, and I can also crop into shape. So for example, heart is the example Huawei gave. Just like the knuckle tech we've seen before, it doesn't always work. It didn't always work with me, and it doesn't always work with this either. We'll see how it copes in real life. This isn't final software, so we'll give Huawei that benefit of the doubt right there. As far as the UI goes, it's home screens. You can pull down on a home screen to activate a universal search. You've also got from the top a pull-down bar which we can swipe across through to quick toggles. Jumping out of that, if I pinch through, I can have an overview of my home screens, and if I pinch out, I can get hidden applications, and I can throw other applications into my hidden apps. Suffice to say, it's a familiar user experience, and you shouldn't really have too much trouble getting around it with the power that is under the hood. It's got a Kirin, I think it's a 935 processor, and it's also got 3 gig of RAM. Now, something really interesting, Huawei's introduced the Pro camera mode. Really happy about that. It basically enables you to control things like shutter speed, ISO manually, as well as everything other than aperture really. So very glad to see Huawei stepping up to the plate and offering features that we've been seeing on Windows Phone devices for a long while. Other photo modes include standard video up to full HD, you've got time-lapse as well, and you've also got beauty mode. It's a more aggressive beauty mode than that we've seen before, but in addition, the standard light painting is there, which is found on the P8 and the Honor 7. Light painting, for anyone who doesn't know, enables you to do light trails, sulky water, etc. Always better with a tripod, but the optical image stabilization on here paired with some smart software means you can actually get a half decent experience with just the onboard optical image stabilization and hands holding it. So obviously being Huawei, this is going to be a very fast device when it comes to the LTE on board. Can support up to Cat 6 LTE in the UK. That's as fast as we go. But if you're in a faster region, up to Cat 9. It's available with 32 gig onboard memory or 64 gig. The 128 gig version that will be available later in the year is the version that will have Force Touch. So we're looking forward to trying that tech out. But in the meantime, what you're left with is a very good looking, very elegant, very well spec'd phone from Huawei that costs just as much as other flagships. So Huawei really putting some confidence behind their product by attaching such a state price tag to it. Hope you enjoyed the hands-on. If you did, click that like button. If you've got any questions about the Mate S, make sure you fire them in the comments section below. If you like the video, click like I said. If you like BTech, subscribe. That's how you're going to stay on top of everything we do here at IFA 2015. Thanks for watching. Micro SD and a micro SIM slot. So this is going to be expandable by 200 gigabytes, which is mightily impressive. 32 gig onboard memory. 3.5mm headphone jack. This is going to also be compatible with a set of headphones that Sony's going to be releasing, which allows for both digital noise cancellation and high resolution audio, all at the same time. Around the back, it's a new camera sensor, 23 megapixels. What's really awesome about this is that it combines a new focus system with a range of other things to make it a